ABC News Radio.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And a good morning to you. It is our first live Coffee Inn of the year 2024. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan. Yesterday's Coffee Inn was taped.
Oh, was it?
Yes, we taped it on Friday, December 29th, to air on New Year's.
Scotch or
New
duck?
Year's Day. Scotch tape.
Scotch tape.
Yes, I think that's what we used.
All right. Yeah, the one's pretty sticky.
That Ed Crew is a funny man. Good morning, Ed.
Hello.
Nice to have you here with us. Linda Tebow is here. Good morning to you there, Linda.
Good morning.
Happy New Year to both of you.
Happy New Year.
And it was funny because we taped it on Friday. And so Romeo Berthier was here.
Uh-huh.
And so he asked me on Friday, what is my prediction for the football game from yesterday? So since we're going to air it on Monday,
Yeah.
the Patriots played the day before. But we recorded it on Friday, so they hadn't played yet. So you want to know what I thought the outcome of the game was going to be.
What?
And I said the Patriots are going to lose 27-7. I was so close.
I was glad
Well, it was 27-21.
Yeah, they did much better. I was afraid they were going to get really clobbered.
Oh, well, but they didn't.
But they didn't. They,
All right, more on that in a minute.
Okay.
But first, it's time for a first message from the Carew Investment Group, Ed.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket, at the corner of Clinton and Cumberland Streets in Woonsocket. The Carew Investment Group offers you personal investment management of client accounts, depending on what you're looking for, whether it be to enhance your current income, a 401k rollover, or retirement income. We'll put together a plan just for you. We focus on using quality, dividend-paying stocks of companies that you know, investment quality bonds, and exchange-traded funds. And we also use the advantages offered by IRAs. You can contact Paul or you can contact me at the Carew Investment Group anytime for a free no-obligation portfolio review by calling 765-8880. Our office again is at 68 Cumberland Street and the phone number again is 765-8880. You can also email me at ed@carewinvestmentgroup.com or visit our website, www.carewinvestmentgroup.com. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, very good. Well, when they had the Patriots, the Bills game, and they had the opening kickoff, the Patriots ran it back.
Yes.
I said, hey,
That was encouraging,
good.
wasn't it?
it was great encouraging news.
Yeah.
But then what happened? We threw 3 interceptions and 1
Right.
fumble
Right,
within
yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
And even the Patriots said, you can't come back from that.
No.
Even though they held him to as small number of points as possible, he goes, we're killing ourselves doing this. It wasn't all Bailey Zappi's fault. And one ball got deflected and then it got intercepted,
and the
and
other
then
one caught
the
it.
others
Yeah.
he did throw interceptions.
The Bills are a better team.
And the Bills are a good team.
Well, of course they are. Well, that's
They
why
didn't look
I
that- they
thought
didn't
they were
look-
going to get
Yeah.
really clobbered. But,
Well, that's what I thought because
that's not
the-
a terrible score. I mean,
no.
they still lost. I get that.
and the
but-
Bills were fighting for playoffs
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
spot, and
yeah.
we are not.
No,
we're there
right.
to play
Yeah.
spoiler. So
And they were home.
and they were home, and
Yeah.
so
All of the above.
they ended up playing better. It's the way.
Yeah.
It's just the way it
Yeah.
is.
Well, they're a good team.
they're just a
Yeah.
better team than
Yeah.
us. So,
Yeah.
but the bigger news over the weekend and was really doing some dancing around the kitchen. The Red Sox traded Chris Sale to the Atlanta Braves. See you later.
Say
Thank
hallelujah.
goodness. Oh my! Linda, I didn't even know this was on the table.
Right.
That another team would even
Want him.
would even entertain taking him off
exactly.
the
That was
Boston
my
Red
thought.
Sox hands. I'm like, and I was shocked for a good 5 minutes. And am I reading this right? And we get that infielder who's 22,
Yeah.
who's still got some decent potential, and he's now going to be our starting second baseman. Okay. I said, are the Braves in that much trouble that they are willing to go out on a limb and and take this guy? And I'm thinking, well, you know what's going to happen. He's going to have a wonderful year, and he's going to win 18 games.
You think?
but
But he
aren't
always
the-
gets hurt. That guy.
I
He
know.
always hurt.
Aren't the Red Sox paying for part of his salary anyway?
Well, yeah, that's how it works out. There's
Yeah.
cash
Oh.
considerations
so
part
the
of it.
Braves aren't taking that much of a
Not
chance.
all of it.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's how it. That's how these.
Oh, because he still had
Trades
time
work.
on his.
Yeah,
Oh,
on a contract. So that's.
Well, my thought was like, gee, I can't believe anybody wanted him.
Well, I still can't believe anybody wanted him. I
I
mean, the
know.
Braves are going to pay some of his contract.
Yeah.
But I'm just, I think it's that bad in Atlanta, and I wasn't aware of that they're going to take a chance on this aging pitcher who's always hurt.
Always hurt.
He's going to come out. He's going to play. He's going to pitch well in April, and then in May he's going to get hurt because his arm's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And then we'll see it in late August,
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, but even when he went back, he wasn't good after his injury.
And people keep saying, well, you know, he was on the mound when the Red Sox won the World Series in 2018. He got the last out. Well, that's true.
Oh, I
And,
forgot
and
that.
thank you very much. And you had a wonderful, and you had a great season that year. I get it, but it was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be 6 years ago when the season
They
starts.
could very well convert him into a reliever.
Sometimes
you know,
the pitchers fight that, and they say, "I don't want to
Yeah,
do
but
that."
he must know that he's near the end of his career, and,
Well,
and
yeah.
that could extend his career by a couple of years.
And that's the argument they'll use. You know, Chris. You know, the arm.
Yeah.
We want to use you less to make you last longer, and will you please put on some weight? He weighs like 130
Well,
pounds.
I know, and he's so tall. But even when he didn't pitch many innings, he wasn't good.
Well, no, and something was wrong
Oh, well, you know, last year he was still getting 8 to 10 strikeouts in his starts
Yeah.
when he was starting.
when he was starting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one year that he pitched and he came back from his arm hurting and he got hit by a line drive and broke his finger.
Well, there you go.
I said, this guy has got the worst luck
Yeah.
in
No,
the
then when
world.
He get hurt, what, he fell off his bike and broke
Yeah.
something. Too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did
that
that. He
too,
did that
yeah,
too.
that
Yeah.
too,
So,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
Put him in a bubble.
yeah,
Sometimes if it
but
wasn't for bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly.
but he's off to the National League, and
Well,
I'm
that's a good
thrilled
thing.
the Red Sox
Yeah, I know.
are done with him. Great.
I
I hope he has a wonderful career in Atlanta.
we wish him well.
Wish him well, but
Yeah.
it was time to break away
Yeah.
and go in a different direction.
Yeah.
And good news, Craig Breslow, the new general manager, for lack of a better term, he pulled off this trade. And from what I've read, it's good when things like this happen because Craig Breslow is so new, he doesn't have the emotional attachment
Yeah,
to
right.
the players that Chaim Bloom
Yeah,
would have
right,
had.
yeah.
Well, he's my guy, and I don't want to get rid of him. And you
Yeah.
have that emotional attachment. Breslow doesn't have that.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's
Yeah.
get rid of him and go in a different direction.
You know, another thing, Chris Sale with Boston was under pressure to be like the ace.
Yes, be number one. You're a
Right.
number one
Yeah.
starter.
Over
Right,
there,
yeah.
he's probably going to be like the number 4, number 5 pitcher. The pressure is not going to be there. They're not going to be expecting 18 to 20 wins. They'll be happy with
10?
10.
Okay. I don't know if that affects his pitching arm or whether or not he gets hurt or not. But
Well, I don't know, but maybe psychologically it makes a difference.
Well, I
you
know
don't
the-
feel like
Yeah.
you have to win every game when you go out there.
all right.
I don't
Well,
know.
I know I know
We'll
they
check
must,
it out next year, at the end
Yeah,
of the season.
just keep watching.
Time will tell.
I know they must be happy in Worcester because when he would come down and pitch in rehab, and this happened last year or the year before, I forgot. I think it was the year before, and he didn't have a very good rehab start, and he took a baseball bat to the TVs that were in the locker room. Yep.
Oh,
And
that's just not- oh.
that got he thought a door was closed where he wouldn't be seen doing this, but it wasn't. And someone had their phone out and caught him on
Oh,
video
geez.
smashing the TV
A
because
little temper tantrum.
he was
did
mad at himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, really no big deal.
Yeah.
He sent someone down to Best Buy and go buy 5 more TVs and give him here's $1,000.
Yeah, go buy TV.
So it really doesn't cost him
No.
anything, but it's funny.
Wow.
And although I did hear when they put the TVs back up in the locker room, they're much higher up. They're
Oh, so
closer
we
to the
can't
ceiling, you can't reach them.
Yeah, he's a tall guy, too.
He is
He
tall,
must have been like
yeah.
15 feet
Yeah.
high.
So in
He's
case anyone
tall.
else has any ideas,
Wow.
we're trying to put them up and out of reach.
Yeah. But do they still have anybody waiting in the wings to be a really good pitcher?
Well, they did sign somebody.
Get a pitcher.
They signed
two.
someone before getting rid of Chris Sale. Lewis something.
Giolito or
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Gigolato,
Yeah.
something like that, from Chicago.
Yeah.
And he was good a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
Last year, not
Not
so
so
not
good,
so not so
of
great.
course.
So they think he can bounce back. So we don't know. So far they've signed one pitcher,
Because that's a.
and now they're going and they'll be
That's what we
sticking.
need.
Well,
We-
now
yeah.
he takes over for Chris Sale's spot, so we still have everybody else: Garrett Whitlock and
Yeah.
a few of those from last year. Tanner Houck, who's just still there. So, but it's January and it's early, and spring training starts in 2 months.
2 months. Yeah.
A little less than 2
Yeah,
months,
yeah.
and we'll see if Craig Breslow pulls off any other trades.
That's
But this was big. This was big over the weekend.
fingers crossed.
This is big that Chris Sale was
Yeah.
traded to
I
the
saw
Atlanta
that.
Braves. I
I just
never
said, "Yay."
saw it coming. I'm like, wow. Didn't even think that was even on the table.
Really?
Not at all.
I was hoping.
Because he was always our number one guy. It was always okay. Wait till next year when he'll have all winter to heal, and he always did. And spring training came around, and he was always fine. And opening day came, and he was always fine. And he started opening day. So okay, Chris Sale starts opening day. We'll see how long it takes before he gets hurt. And he usually made it to May, and then that was it.
Yeah.
All right. So moving away from the sporting term, yesterday being January 1st, the Polar Plunge was done down there in Narragansett and a
Yes,
few other
lots of
places.
people.
Our own Melissa Murray does it every year. And
Oh, does she? I didn't realize
she
that.
does it. Yeah, I don't remember how many years she's done it, but and I remember when I first heard about it, people doing this. I'm like, wow, they go swim in the ocean. But I'm thinking, I was much younger, obviously. I'm thinking they're swimming in the ocean for hours, like it's
Yeah, no,
it's
no,
a day
no.
on the summertime.
Yeah,
No,
no,
it's
no.
run in,
Run out.
duck under, and you run back out.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I can see why they're doing it, and they raise money.
Well, they
for
raised a
Special
lot
Olympics.
of money for Special
Yeah.
Olympics. Yeah.
So
And the Sharks laugh at them
Yeah.
because the Sharks doesn't want to be out there. They say, "What hell? Look at those fools."
crazy humans.
but nice that they do that, and I didn't hear of anybody getting injured, so I guess the Sharks kind of stayed away this
Yeah.
year.
Well, they don't like the cold. They're not here, are they? The Sharks. They go.
And
Well,
They
I
go
don't know
south.
they go to Florida.
They go to
Yeah.
Florida.
The
right.
snowbirds, no sharks.
No sharks. Right. Yeah.
There must be some out there, though.
Yeah.
So
They had a lot of little kids this year when I was watching.
really,
Yeah.
maybe
and
it's just
that-
to get them used to it. Huh?
Well, yeah, that kind of concerned me. I know they just go in and they come right out again, but little kids get cold and could have hypothermia much.
Do
when
they get
you
it
see them,
faster?
They're little
Yeah.
bodies. You know, there's not a lot of fat on some of those little kids, and I worry about the little kids. You
Can
know?
they get hypothermia
Sure they
faster
could.
than
Sure
adults?
they could. Sure they could. Because they're little.
Yep.
They're little.
Well,
of course, I know they just go in and they come
come out
out
and
and they
right to a
warm them
blanket,
up right away.
yeah.
Yeah, they put those warming blankets on them, but.
But it's still chilly.
It
Nice
seems,
breeze
you
off the
know,
ocean.
I don't remember seeing that many kids
Yeah.
in the past. But,
Okay.
And I mean, it's a tradition, and they're
Well, I think it's the
giving something good. They're doing something good for something
Yeah.
good. But I always worry about the little ones.
I guess it's because the adults that have been doing it for a number of years, and now that they have kids.
Well, yeah, it's
Wow,
their
this is-
kids.
this
Oh,
is-
yeah.
this
I
is
mean,
what
they're
we
not
do
there
on New Year's
They're
Day.
not there by themselves, of course. Mom and Dad are taking them with them.
Well,
but
good for them. Anyone ever do the polar plunge, Ed, Linda?
No.
Give me a break.
No. Okay, that's a
Wrong
no.
one. No, thank you.
This is the man that goes to Aruba. You think he's going to go
Well,
into
yes, he does.
60
yes.
degree,
Yes,
50 degree water up here in the
well,
Northeast?
I mean, you know, I go in my pool when it's like 70 or
70,
60.
heated.
Yeah, but not like when it's 30. It's
And
closed up.
and I know how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to run right in
Run right in and run right
back
out.
But even in the summertime, you walk up and
You're
go,
one of those. Oops, just got
"Uh,
a little toe.
I'm up to my
Right.
ankle. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Still kind of cold.
Yeah,
Gotta get used
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
And I know that's the wrong way to do it.
Yeah, well, especially for that, they do run right in,
that
they
would
run
be-
right
that-
out, and then they're feeding them. You know,
That would be brutal.
probably.
Yeah,
I
you'd
don't
be
know.
going a little step at a time. It would take you till May to get in.
Yeah,
I know, that-
and everybody will be out,
Yeah.
and they're still trying to get in
We'd be
there.
having barbecues for May 30th.
I
Joe's
would-
still trying to get in the water.
I would have hypothermia
Well,
from my
yeah,
ankles down.
yeah.
All right. we're going to take a break here on the Coffee and program, but more's coming your way. And Ed, time for a second message, please, from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group, 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. If you're looking for an investment firm that puts you first, works hard on your behalf, I'd like you to consider us. We're right here in Woonsocket, and we've been in business since 1987. So you don't have to go out of town for an experienced advisor or work with an advisor based in Boston or New York or who knows where, probably someone you're never going to meet. And we encourage our clients to come to our office and sit down with us as often as they like. Why? Because we like to do business the old-fashioned way. We want to get to know you on a more personal basis so that we're more attuned to your financial needs. So if you're interested in speaking with us for a free no-obligation consultation to find out more about how we'll invest your money, you can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thanks. More of the Coffee and program is coming your way. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
When you're thinking about a place to go out to eat with your family or the whole gang, or maybe something quieter for just the two of you, head over to ON Radio's website, woonsocketradio.com, and click on the restaurant guide. This gives you a listing of the best restaurants in the area. You can take a look at menus and possibly even make reservations. This is a great resource to see a bunch of restaurants all in one place. Remember, it's woonsocketradio.com and click on Restaurant Guide. And if you own a restaurant that's not already listed, call WOON Radio at 401-762-1240 for information on how your restaurant can be on the Restaurant Guide. Call Joe at 401-762-1240. The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Radio.
All right, it is Coffee In on ON Radio. This is Joe Callahan here with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. All right, Ed.
Yes, sir.
The big question is,
Okay.
we haven't brought this up in a while, and I saw it over the weekend. I said, I gotta ask Ed, because it just does not seem to be going away, and it's the whole thing with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It's not going away.
No.
I thought it would have fallen somehow recently. And didn't the Bitcoin guy, didn't he go to prison?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sam Bankman.
Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Okay. And that still didn't kill the company.
No.
So
Well, it didn't kill Bitcoin.
Bitcoin,
Or
okay.
the other Ethereum and all the other.
Yeah. So where are they going? Where is crypto going in the new year? I don't want you to make a prediction, I guess, because
Well, I'm not going to make I don't like to make predictions, especially about the future.
I know that is.
I don't mind
that is
making
tough.
predictions about the past.
100%, right?
Rumor has it,
Oh, yeah.
and
I'm
what
always up for a
they're
good rumor.
asking for. Yeah, you love these.
Good conspiracy theory.
Yeah, definitely. Apparently, there's a possibility that the SEC and the CFTC will approve a Bitcoin ETF. at some
ETF?
point.
Translate.
That's what they're trying to do.
What's an ETF?
Exchange traded fund. It's
Okay.
a mutual fund that trades all day on a stock exchange as compared to an open-ended mutual fund which trades once a day.
All right.
Regardless of when you put the order in during the day, it doesn't get traded until the
Not
market
one time.
closed.
Okay.
All right. So the exchange traded fund trades usually on the New York Stock Exchange, or could trade over the counter, but it trades constantly, just like a stock.
All right.
And so a lot of companies, BlackRock and Fidelity, and a lot of others are trying to get an exchange traded fund approved to put Bitcoin in it. Some companies have been trying to do this for 2 or 3 years. They're getting closer. The problem with this seems to be the regulation of it, because it's an unregulated thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not backed by anything, not backed by any country, company, or anything else. So they're having the Securities and Exchange Commission is not sure what to do with it, and the CFTC is not sure what to do with it, the Commodity Futures Trading. They're not sure what to do with it. Nobody seems to be willing to take the responsibility for this, but it's getting closer. So that may happen. And
Will that include the other cryptocurrencies too, or are they just looking at Bitcoin?
they'll probably start with Bitcoin.
Okay.
The next most popular is Ethereum. That's the next most popular.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that would be included in that. But that's just, at this point, a rumor that there may be
Thinking
approved
about it.
sometime this year. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it seems like it's not going away for whatever reason.
Yeah.
The whole cryptocurrency
Yeah.
thing. I thought it'd be a flash in the pan,
Yeah.
and then just we'll be done with it. But turns out no.
Well,
maybe it's still a flash right now.
Yeah. They're going to have to figure a way to regulate it. If they
Yeah.
can't regulate it, they're not going to approve the trading of it.
But don't they first have to find out what it is before they can regulate
What
it?
it is something they made up.
Well, that's what
You
I
know?
mean. That's what I mean.
I could take this thing over here.
Yeah, and
Take this thing. Let's give it a name.
yeah.
Red Clip.
Red, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and so this red clip is now worth $1,000.
Because you say so.
Because I say so.
Yeah.
Would you give me $1,200 for it?
Well, no.
What do you mean? No, you should.
worth $1,000.
Well, it's worth $1,000 to me.
Yeah.
But you want it? It's going to be $1,200.
Yeah.
Right? And then you take it and you give it in the Linda. And so, this is how these things work. It's really worth 10 cents, if anything.
Sounds like a Ponzi scheme.
Well, I
Well,
was just gonna
basically,
say that.
that's what it is.
Yeah. Well,
It's
that's
the
what I
greater
mean.
fool theory.
Yeah.
But how can they regulate something that they don't know what it is, or that
Or
you
they haven't
can't
determined
touch
it.
it or feel it or?
Well, that's the problem. Yeah,
No, that's
you're,
what I
you're
mean.
bringing up the problems that they're
Yeah.
having with it. Nobody wants to regulate it because
I
they don't
can't
understand
imagine
it.
anybody would want to make that
Yeah, exactly.
legitimate.
Right.
by
It's not a
approving
company.
it.
Doesn't have sales. Doesn't have earnings. Doesn't have profits. Doesn't pay dividends. Doesn't do any of those things. So how can it be worth anything? It's only worth what you think it's worth.
I know. That's. I can't believe though that those legitimate initials that you said
But
would want to even consider.
But some places online, they say, well, how would you like to be reimbursed? And you want to get PayPal, you want to do Venmo, you want to get a check, you want to get an Amazon gift card, you want Bitcoin. It gives you
Well,
a
they want
choice.
because it's not traceable.
I guess.
You know, it's like it's a wonderful thing for money laundering and other illegal activity because you can't trace it.
Is that why the CEO went to jail?
Well, he was doing other stuff. Though.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
It just boggles my mind that we would even consider wanting to make it legitimate by
And is
even
that
consider.
Yeah, but when you think about it, it's not all that much different than gold or silver,
Yeah, but you can touch gold or silver.
where you can touch it, but it has no earnings, has no sales.
yeah?
It doesn't pay a dividend.
We've
it's
just
only worth
decided that
But it's worth what it is.
right.
so
it's worth what it's worth
yeah,
because you think it's worth that.
right.
And sometimes if there's a war going on, people may bring up, bid it up because they think it's worth more because there's a war going on or whatever. I guess most commodities have no earnings or any of that kind of stuff. So, like crypto is, well, what is it? Charlie Munger, that's a Warren Buffett's partner who just recently passed away. He used to call it rat poison squared. That was his definition of crypto, of
Wow.
Bitcoin.
Bingo.
I mean, you think people would stay away from it, but
Yeah, but they don't.
but they don't. And the younger crowd are really venturing towards it
Yeah.
more. It seems. Okay. Well, I just wanted to bring up the latest on it, of course.
Well, some people think it should be banned.
They do. Okay.
Yeah. The
Altogether.
CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase, says it should be banned completely. Jamie Dimon, he says that. But as long as some people are willing to trade with it, you got to try to find a way to regulate it. And if you don't regulate it in the United States, it's going to get somebody somewhere else in another country, the Bahamas or somewhere else, is going to be kind of like the headquarters for it. And then you're going to have no control over, people being scammed.
All right. Well, it's out there, and it's
Yep,
still
it's out
there.
there.
So
Oh.
I just want to get its take on that whole thing. We did get a note that was called in, and it just says, for Monday's coffee, and this is going to be the most, 766-1240. Note starts off, this is going to be the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard concerning the renting of apartments. To charge $50 to $100 to review applications without the return of money is absurd. Money should be returned automatically. What a ripoff. How is this allowed? Frankly, it sounds illegal. Well, this is a new law that started yesterday in Rhode Island, and that
No
landlords
application fees.
landlords cannot charge these application fees anymore, but they were doing it. And they were charging anywhere between $50 to $100 to review your application if you wanted to rent an apartment. And some of them were charging like per person. Well, how many, they go to you, Linda. Okay, you want to rent the apartment. Well, it's a $100 application fee for you. Oh, you're married? Oh, well, it's another $100
Oh, wow.
for your husband. And Melissa Murray, who put in the bill to get rid of this, also said, oh, do you have children? Well, how old are the children? Well, one's 18, senior in high school, but then going on to college. Well, that's a third adult. Make it $300.
Wow.
And like that. And then if you didn't get the apartment, if I rented to Ed instead, because I don't know, he's a better risk or whatever, you don't get your $300 back. And so now there's people like yourself
Yeah.
trying to get into different places, and each time you got to shell out $300 just to put in an application.
Wow.
This is going to add up after a while.
How long does it take to review an application? That they would have to,
Well,
they do background checks.
Yeah,
and
I
all
would
that?
say you have to do a background check on
Okay.
people this,
Yeah,
in this
in
day
this
and
day and
age. It's
age,
not
yeah.
like 25 or 30
Yeah,
years ago.
and that costs.
Well,
Background check
you're
costs
gonna
money.
have to
It does, yeah.
probably get a company to do it because
Right.
you're not going to have access to the information. So if you're
Right,
going to
yeah.
pay a company to give you a background check on
yeah.
somebody,
Yeah.
Well, that was their that was the landlord's argument.
Yeah.
That they do have to do these to
Yeah.
vet the people, but the cost of doing like a Corey check is $35. So they were still making money off this little venture, but now it's illegal in Rhode Island.
In Rhode
Now
Island,
they
I
can
saw
still
that.
they can still charge to do the background check, so that's still okay. But to just put in your application for an apartment plus a check, no, you can't do that anymore.
So they can still charge for the background check.
Yes.
Oh.
And the other one of the other new laws that went into effect yesterday in Rhode Island, minimum wage is now $14
$14
an hour
yeah.
in the state of Rhode Island.
15 next year.
15 next year.
Yeah.
That's right. What did I say? It's $20 in California.
yep.
Sure it is.
It is. I'm not making that up.
No, no, I mean, that does not surprise me. Yeah.
And what was it? What was it? A Starbucks that
Yeah.
let go half their staff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's.
Congratulations, you got what you want.
It's good, but those jobs were always supposed to be startup jobs, not
That's
for
the
the rest of
thing.
your life jobs. And, the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
and, that's still not a livable wage, quite honestly, 14 or 15.
But
is
it's
it?
not supposed to be
But
a
it,
livable
but
wage.
it,
It's
but
supposed to
it's
be
not supposed to be. But you know who's going to get hurt? It's some of the small businesses or
Yeah,
the small non-for-profits. You know, I mean, I'm thinking of, you know, like for Aging Well, for instance, you know.
Yeah, you got to pay your paid workers the
Yeah.
same minimum wage.
Yeah, and no money. So, you know, I mean, I think what will happen is you will see
Layoffs.
people getting laid off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or those positions eliminated, quite honestly. And everybody else can pick up the slack.
That's
know,
right.
So, because it is, especially for the small non-for-profits and the small businesses, all small businesses will be hurt, you know. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take another break here on the Coffee and program. Right now, we want to get to a weather forecast, and it looks like snow is in our future for this coming weekend. So keep those fingers crossed. We're still a few days away. And the weather forecast right now being brought to you by Compassion International.
Sunny skies today with a high near 40 degrees and a calm wind. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight low of 23. Wednesday's weather, sunshine and 43. Thursday, mostly cloudy and 40. Friday, sunshine and 35. Storm coming in on the weekend. Saturday, partly sunny and 37, but Saturday night, 60% chance of snow is likely, cloudy and 27 with an east wind. Sunday, 70% chance of snow likely, possibly mixed with rain. Mostly cloudy with a high of 35 for the day, but the winds will gust up to gale force. Sunday night, the snow starts tapering off, overnight low of 22. And on Monday, back to the sunshine and 36.
Currently outside the Navigate Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, we do have sunny skies, but it's cold. We've got 27 degrees. Families in poverty are facing a global food crisis. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
Hi, I'm Kathy LaValle at The Honey Shop. Check out our Facebook page at The Honey Shop RI, and there you'll see a whole list of our new classes and lots of fun things to do. You could join us for making limoncello, pizzas, pasta making, cheese making, so many fun things to do and learn.
Thanks, Kathy. Folks, if you love food, you'll love the Honey Shop, right behind the Dunkin' Donuts at Park Square in Woonsocket.
Hey, it's ON Radio's Cruisin' Bruce Palmer inviting you to join me for the Saturday Block Party. It's every Saturday from 4 until 7 p.m. when we fill the airwaves with the songs you want to hear. It's a party in every sense of the word, so join me live on 99.5 and 1240 a.m. or bring the show with you wherever you go at onworldwide.com.
Hi, this is Gary Smith. Join me for Do You Remember, Tuesday through Friday mornings at 9:30 here on ON Radio.
Thanks, Gary. Gary Smith and the crew coming your way at 9:30 this morning here on ON Radio. This is Joe Callahan. Thanks for joining us on the Coffee and program. Linda Tebow's here. Ed Carew is here. And Linda, this raises its head every once in a while. But a Massachusetts resident has died of Legionnaire's disease.
Really?
Yes. Caught it at the Mountain View Grand Resort in Whitefield, New Hampshire.
Wow.
2 people up there
Wow.
got Legionnaire's disease. Now
We haven't seen that since
a long time.
a long time.
So what is Legionnaire's disease?
Well, if I remember correctly, let me put my
I know, put your medical hat on.
Yeah, no, it was a respiratory disease,
Okay.
but I remember because Philadelphia, there was a big thing in Philadelphia.
That's where it got its name
That's
from.
where, and it was something about the water supply.
Really?
If I remember correctly.
It just, according to here, it's caused by symptoms are flu-like symptoms.
Flu, yeah.
Shortness of breath and pneumonia.
Yeah.
Kind of all
All of the
mixed together at
all
the
of
same
the above,
time.
yeah. So it could resemble flu, COVID, anything. But yeah, but I remembered it was a respiratory disease, but there was something about the water supply, which wouldn't make sense. Although they could have picked up something in it that would cause, But I remember it because I remember that's when I was starting to travel as a nurse, and we were going to Philadelphia. We were staying in the hotel that all started, and I'm like, oh my gosh! But it was all cleared up. Yeah. Wow. And where did this happen again?
Well, it's a Massachusetts resident, but they say he picked it up while he was in Whitefield, New Hampshire. And 2 people up there have died. Wow. And but they didn't know each other, and they weren't there for the same reason. They weren't there on a same convention. They just happened to be staying at the same place.
But they were same place, yeah.
probably just to go skiing.
Right.
And but now that it's
It's
in
it's
the resort,
Yeah.
how do you clean it? How do you clean it out?
Yeah. Tell them to call Philadelphia. That's where it all started. Remember, that's where it all started. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So every once in a while you hear Legionnaire's diseases pop back up, and here it is again. And so just be on the lookout. So the speaking of new laws that go into effect, we talked a little bit about this yesterday too. No more plastic bags at the stores.
No.
At anywhere.
Anywhere.
It's a statewide ban, and it used to be they let it up to the different communities, which is what they do in Massachusetts right now. Do you know, Ed? Are they considering a statewide ban?
I have
in
no
Mass?
idea.
I haven't heard that, but it certainly didn't start yesterday, and so it's funny. We like to use plastic bags, trash and things like that.
Well-
and whenever we run out, and I live in Mansfield, so okay. Time to go to Norton,
Yeah, right.
where the plastic bags are. Get a few things there and bring it back. Now we get a resupply of plastic
Well,
bags.
Joe, that you say that, it's interesting because, when we knew this was coming.
Yep.
And I know two people that were hoarding their bags. Just making, because I usually, when I was going in, I would bring them back and recycle them in those boxes that they have,
Oh, yeah.
and bring them back because they're a pain in the neck. You get too many. But I know two people that have been hoarding them right along.
Because they know.
To get ready for this shortage. And you know what I've seen people do? Like, where the stores charge for the
Yes, they
paper
do.
bags.
10 cents a bag.
They'll keep their things in their cart, and they've got their own little plastic bags that they've hoarded. And when they get out to the car, then they put them in their bags. I said,
Okay.
buy one of those the reusable cloth
Reusable
ones.
cloth bags.
Yeah.
So we have a few of the reusable cloth ones. We have a couple that are insulated.
I have a freezer bag.
We've got
I
three.
like those. Yeah.
That
I
are
like
like
those.
that. That
Yeah.
you can
Although
zip
now
them
you
up,
don't.
keep
It's
them
cold enough.
cold.
You don't need to.
Well,
worry,
you don't
but,
need to.
But I do like to have those freezer bags. Yeah.
What about how are things in Middleborough? Ed, do you have the plastic bag
Yes.
ban? Okay.
No ban.
Oh, no ban. You can still get plastic bags down there.
Yeah.
What about surrounding towns?
Carver, there's no ban
No.
because we go to a market there.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I did that because I did that the other day. I went to two different markets, one in Middleborough and one in Carver. Both of them had plastic bags.
Okay. I just wonder if Mass will try to follow Rhode Island's suit. And what always bugged me about we got no more plastic bags, and we're gonna start using paper bags in all the stores. How thin the paper
The
bags
chintzy
were.
bags.
I
It's
go,
not like they used to be.
No,
right?
I remember
Yeah.
back in the 70s
Yeah.
because back then you had to cover your books.
Yeah. Right. Yes, and that's
Man,
what you
it
use.
was like construction paper.
Yeah, well, some of the
Those
markets
bags.
that use paper bags use good bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
I was in one, I think it was a Walgreens, and they had paper with handles, a decent paper bag with
Kohl's
handles.
uses handles too on the paper bags.
I kept that one.
Well, that's what we've started doing. Keep reusing the
Yeah,
paper bags.
yeah, yeah.
Which confuses. This is great because it confuses them at Stop and Shop. Because like you got bags, and like here you go, and now we have a bunch of paper bags, and
They get some other store's name on them.
absolutely.
No, they love that. But you know what? But Stop and Shop has been charging for those bags before this ban
Yes.
happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell you.
Yeah. No, they didn't.
All of a sudden-
And then all of a sudden, how many bags you think you?
60 cents.
Yeah. How many bags you think you're going to use?
Use,
And
that's
it's like,
right.
Here, use my recycle
no.
bags.
But I've seen more and more now that they're bringing their own
Yeah.
and the cloth bags and
Yeah.
like that. And it's like, okay, it's the new normal.
It is.
Or you do it like what you saw, just
Yeah, I saw that.
ring it up and
Yeah.
just throw it back in the carriage.
Yeah.
And I don't need any kind of container.
Exactly. And they might have some of them. I've seen them where they, those things that you see that you can put in your trunk where you can put things in. They're
Yep.
like a basket kind of thing. I've seen that.
Run down to like a hardware store and get like an Igloo
Yeah.
cooler.
Well, that.
Keep
yeah.
that in your car,
And then just put
and
the
then
stuff in
bring
there.
out the stuff out of the car.
Yeah.
Just throw everything in there.
Yeah.
Close the lid, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
But that's a new law here in Rhode Island starting as of yesterday. So, and And that doesn't mean some stores aren't going to try to get away with it.
Yeah.
But if they get caught, it's like $100 fine. First
I think
attempt.
the law says retail.
Yes.
Doesn't it say retail? So because
As
I'm
opposed to
thinking,
who?
like as opposed to, I go do a takeout at one of my favorite restaurant
All right.
places, and they'll usually
Plastic
put it in
bags?
they'll put it in a container and put it into a plastic bag.
Okay.
I've seen that, and I just wondered if it's just retail. That I think it said retail.
I just want to. I'll have to go in and check it out today.
Ask Melissa.
She's still recovering from the polar plunge.
Oh, I bet she is. Yeah.
But I'll have to go in. I'll have to go into Walmart in North Smithfield today because
Yeah.
they always had that round thing where they would. This is if you weren't doing your self checkout.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they would put the bags. They would put your stuff into plastic bags, and then they would spin
The
it.
spin it. Yeah.
And then you take it off, put it in your carriage.
Yeah.
You don't remember this, Ed? You don't.
Yeah.
You look at me kind of confused.
And hope that you don't forget a bag.
Yeah. Well, that's what they did.
Yeah,
It-
that's
it-
what they
it was
did.
just- it was a round
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
They put a couple
It's
of
like
things.
a carousel kind
Yeah,
of
they
thing.
put a couple
yeah.
of things in a plastic bag, then they would spin it till they get to another empty bag, and then put more stuff in there, and then it was your job to take the full plastic bag
Yeah.
off, put it in your cart. But it worked. It worked well with plastic bags.
It did.
I'll have to see what have
How
they
it
done.
does with
Have
paper.
they
Yeah.
have they adjusted
Yeah.
to the paper bag
Yeah.
situation?
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I read something over the internet on the internet over the weekend, and
Can you believe it?
well, yes, because it's something I need to try, and this is back to a good conspiracy theory. You got to try it at Walmart, who they have the self checkout at Walmart, and then they have someone checking your receipt.
Yes.
All right, and the person checking the receipt, the person that wrote this on the internet said, try this next time. Now, if you're only buying like 2 items, something small, they said they bought like a bottle, like a 20-ounce bottle of soda, all right, and a bag of Doritos, let's say. So that's it. So, and they went to the self checkout. So it comes to like $3 1/4 is what it came to. Something really, really inexpensive. And so when they're coming by the person that wants to check your receipt, and they actually say, "Can I see your receipt?" Hand them your receipt, but keep walking. And they're like, but the Walmart, but sir, no, you wanted it, it's yours. You throw it away. You just walk out with your items. I said, "Oh, I love this idea."
I can.
Instead of
Gotta go
saying
in and out of the door and keep doing it one
Yeah.
thing.
one at a time, instead of
Spend his day off.
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
What are you doing on your day off, Joe? Oh, I'm going to be in and out of Walmart
I'm
47
aggravating the
times.
Walmart employees, but instead of arguing with the Walmart
Yeah,
employees, no, why do you have to see it? Why can't you trust me? No. It's aggravating them, basically, by making them throw the receipt away. If they say, and if someone says, "Can I see your receipt?" I just gave it to them, and I don't need it anymore. Thank you very much. Bye. And just keep walking out. I said,
Oh boy.
"Oh, this is a great idea."
Could you let us know when you're going to do that so,
So you
that
can
we
watch?
can watch?
It could be today. I don't know.
Oh, right. What
it's
time? What time?
it's so rare. I go to Walmart to buy something so small,
Yeah.
something so
Yeah, especially something like that. You'd think you'd go to a little
Like
general,
that's right,
those
yeah.
convenience stores.
They were
you know.
just using that as
Yeah,
an
yeah,
example,
yeah, that's
but
funny. Okay.
maybe there wasn't a convenience store around
Yeah.
or whatever. And I don't even know if it was done in this part of
Yeah.
the country, but I say, "Oh, I love this idea." Anyway, all right, we're going to take another break here on the Coffee and Program. And more is coming your way. We can take your comments and questions as well. Give us a call, 766-1240.
When you or a loved one are not feeling well and you need medical attention, you need to ask yourself, what's the right place to receive the right care? Check with your doctor's office. They can direct you to the right place for care. If you don't have a doctor, call a clinic or urgent care facility near you. If your situation is truly an emergency, then a hospital emergency department may be best. For a list of medical emergencies and recommendations of where to seek care and when, visit health.ri.gov/rightplace. A message from the Rhode Island Department of Health.
Hello, this is Manny Brando. I hope you will listen to us each Sunday morning at 8:30. I will sing your favorite songs, and my wife Virginia will organize everything.
That's right, Manny. It's the Manny and Virginia Show every Sunday morning at 8:30 on ON, AM, and FM radio.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
All right, it is Coffee In here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us this morning. It's our first live Coffee In of 2024. It's leap year this year. Did you realize that?
No, is that?
Yes.
Yes.
There'll be a February 29th.
That's right.
This year.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
This is the every 4 years we get the extra day, and this is the year. It gets tacked on to February, so there'll be a February 29th, and while there are 365 days a year, it actually takes about 365 and a quarter days for the Earth to go around the sun. So every 4 years, we get a February 29th.
Uh-huh. I didn't realize it
And
was a
so
leap year.
this is the year.
This is the year.
Yep, we get an
Okay.
extra day in February. They always tack it on to the coldest day, coldest
Oh,
month of the
good.
year.
Oh, good.
Yeah, right.
Oh, good.
So we have
Yay.
one more day of
Yay.
February.
Yay.
I was always so disgruntled growing up because that's my birthday month is February.
Mine too.
And everybody hates February.
Yeah.
'Cause no one is happy during the month of February.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's my birthday. Birthday month. Nope, everybody hates it. So, all right. Let's see. I talked with Dave about this a little earlier. There's an author, all right, out in California. She's in the Bay Area. She's near San Francisco, and she's feeling the wrath because she dared to criticize Taylor Swift.
Wow.
And so the Swifties are not happy.
I bet.
And so she didn't really criticize Taylor Swift. She was hoping in the new year, in 2024, she says she went onto Twitter, formerly or X, formerly Twitter, to put out a tweet, and she said she's looking forward to reading less about Taylor Swift in 2024 than 2023, because that's all you read about in 2023.
Yeah.
It was Taylor Swift all year. It was her year.
Yo, yeah.
So she was looking forward to. I'm gonna read less about her. I'm gonna move on to other things. And that's all she wrote. All right. Well, since she put that up, it's been deleted. She had to go in and delete it because she's getting attacked and by other women because the other women are mad at her for quote unquote bashing another woman. I'm thinking she's not really bashing another woman. She's just looking forward to not hearing about her. But people, they take things out of context, or they see what they want to see, or they hear what they want to hear.
Oh my God.
So now they're attacking the author because she's a woman, and how dare you attack another woman?
Oh my God.
There's that whole group of women that say you cannot attack another woman because she's a woman. Do you agree with that, Linda? That there's that group of people?
No, they need to get a job.
But
They-
I
they should
understand.
put time on their
But there
hands.
is that group. There is that group of people.
No, and I get that. No,
Yeah. All
I'm
right.
not. Yeah.
So she took down the tweet.
First of all, it didn't even sound like an attack.
Well, it's not.
It's not an attack, and yikes.
And then and then the author apologized.
She did.
For her statement.
Wow.
And then she says she's going to quote try and do better.
She didn't do anything wrong.
Well, apparently some people think she did, and you're right. So
What is she the author of? Why?
It doesn't say.
Oh, I mean, is she?
I don't know what she's
Is
written.
she a news person, or those people that talk about celebrities and everything? What is
Well,
she?
I don't think so
author?
because she's from San Francisco.
She's from San Francisco.
So I don't know if she's a novelist
Yeah.
or short stories
Yeah.
or poems.
Yeah.
It just says author.
It just says
anybody
author,
can be.
but
if
anybody
you
can be an author.
If you can be published, you're an author.
You're an
there,
author.
there you go.
Hey, I've been published. I'm an author.
Are you a?
What does that mean?
Are
No,
you
but
a
the
children's
thing is,
author or
they-
what?
These, it's like of all the things going on in this world, that she said that Swiftie is. I think Taylor Swift is a nice young woman. Everybody likes. There's more interest in football now. She's, they're watching the Chiefs all the time, but Get a life, people.
A quick check of the internet.
Yeah.
The internet's always right. Anne Lamott is an American novelist and a nonfiction writer.
Oh, so she's a novelist.
Yes. She is 69.
Yeah.
So she's no kid.
Yeah.
All right. She's also a progressive political activist, public speaker, and a writing teacher. Based in California, her nonfiction works are largely autobiographical.
Yeah.
They're marked. Her writings are marked by self-deprecating humor and openness. Covers such subjects as alcoholism, single motherhood, depression, and Christianity. Okay, if you want to go look up what she's done.
You know.
And she's married. She got married in 2019. She's twice divorced.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Anyway.
she had freedom of expression. She could write what
Well,
she wants.
that's
However,
right.
I wouldn't have. See, personally, I wouldn't have felt the urge to write that on.
About
you know,
Taylor Swift?
about anybody. You know why? You know, what purpose does it serve? But it was her right to do it, and I don't consider it bashing. She wasn't bashing.
No.
She was just making an observation. That's all.
Well, that's really what. Well, this way I look at it. That is what X is for.
Is it?
To express your opinion.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. And so, okay, it makes you wonder, did she have writers tend to do this. Here's a list of everything, either resolutions or things I'm looking forward to that may happen in the new year.
Right. Yeah.
And so number 9, I just picked that out of the air. Number 9 is hoping to read less about Taylor Swift.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Number 10, I hope to eat less cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And so they took that one out and
Yeah.
said, what a lousy, terrible human
Yeah.
being you are.
Oh, I see that.
And you should be 39 lashes with the wet noodle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Bad enough that she felt she had to apologize. And I wonder if people say, I'm never going to buy your books again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write to your publisher and tell them that they should drop you and that's because
Yeah.
you're such a lousy human being.
Nah.
Well, stuff happens, right?
Exactly. Very frivolous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ed, I did not win the Powerball.
Oh.
No. And this is why. Because of the...
Because you had the wrong numbers.
I didn't have any numbers because I got screwed up on my days thinking the Powerball was going to be drawn tonight.
Oh.
And it's a Monday night thing. Well, I'm thinking yesterday's Sunday.
Yes,
Today's
I
going to be
know.
Monday because
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
screwed up on my days and I didn't go buy a ticket.
Oh, gee.
Oh.
No,
so
so
you
you
didn't have
surely
the
would have
wrong
won.
numbers. You
I
didn't have any
I didn't
numbers.
have any numbers. Not even close.
Did they have a winner?
There was one winner.
Where, in California?
No, surprisingly. Michigan.
Oh, all right.
So if you know anyone in Michigan, one winning ticket, $842 million. If you take the cash option, you get about half. You get $425. So okay, but yeah, a single winning ticket was sold. $1 million ticket was sold in Massachusetts. If you know anyone in Quincy, Mass.
Yeah, no.
That's where that ticket
All
was
right.
sold. But yeah,
Guess
only
we didn't. Well, I'm glad it was in California because your conspiracy theories. I was beginning. California wins a lot. A
Yeah.
lot.
Well,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
I think there's some
There's
lie.
there's more people in California, so more people are playing.
Yeah, right.
And a lot more people are okay. You're playing on your own. Your husband's playing on your own. But now, where you work, throw in another couple of bucks. We're gonna get 100 numbers or whatever,
Yeah,
and your husband's
yeah.
doing that. So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
there's just a lot
All
more of that
right.
going on. So the winner obviously has not come forward yet. It's way too early, and so it could be one, could be a group of people
Yeah.
that went in and working like that, and they all
All
won it. So. As Ed always says, that's not the best retirement.
No, it's not a good retirement plan at
Plan.
all.
And once again, it did not work for me.
There you go. But you didn't have a ticket, so there you go.
So you saved
like that.
$2.
Yeah.
You know?
Put that in your savings.
Maybe more. Depends how
Possibly
many
more.
tickets you buy.
Well, I wouldn't have bought just one.
Okay.
When I go to buy these, I either buy 5, which is $10,
Yeah.
or sometimes I splurge and I get out of 20,
Ooh.
and I get 10.
What a wasteful
picks.
person you are.
Well, I'm usually buying milk at the same time. So.
Well, buy more milk and fewer tickets. At least you get something to drink.
Right.
It's funny. So I was talking with my daughter who's 18, and I said, "Hey, guess what? You could go buy lottery tickets now.
Oh, goody.
And she's like, great. How do I do it?
Yeah.
I said, well, the scratch tickets are easy.
Yeah.
I said, you point at one and say, I want that one, and how many you want, and they're usually $1 a piece. So,
Yeah.
and then you just scratch them off to see if you win. But if you do the Powerball, I said the easiest way to do it. Now the $2 a piece, you just go up and say, I want one. If you say it this way, they know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, quick pick.
One quick pick on the Powerball. And they'll say, okay. And they do what they have to do. They print up a ticket, and you give them $2, and they give you a ticket. Transaction's over. Simple. All right. She hasn't done it yet.
No.
So I don't think she will. But I said, hey, now that you're it's one of the very few perks you get when you turn 18. You can go buy a lottery. You can't go gamble. I was gonna say you can go gamble, but you can't. And you can go to, but you can buy a lottery ticket. That's okay.
There you go.
You cannot go to Plain Ridge. You can't go to Bally's in Twin River. You can't go to can't go to Foxwoods. They will stop you. I said they don't even allow you on the floor.
Right. Yeah, that's a
It is
good
just-
idea. Yeah.
No. How old are you? I got carded once though. I was in Nevada, and I was 21, and I was playing a slot machine, and some guy came over in a very formal-looking suit. It wasn't just some guy. And said, "Can we see an ID on you?"
Yeah, okay.
Sure thing, and everything was fine. Okay. Well, have a good time. I didn't win on that either, Ed. I don't like. I don't play the slot machines anymore. It's just,
Well, you learned something.
yeah, there's just no. That's all luck, and there is no skill involved in that at all. All right, the makers of a formula for babies with allergies to cow's milk are recalling the product
Yeah.
over possible bacteria contamination. Geez, hey, you think you do something good
Yeah.
because your child's got this allergy, and it's corporate leaders with Reckitt Mead Johnson say some batches of their Nutrimagin powder are affected. The recall applies to some 12.6 and 19.8 ounce cans of the formula with a use date by January 1st, 2025. I didn't realize it could stay on the shelf for so long.
Yeah.
The company says there have not been any reports of illness associated with the product. Full details on the recall are available by searching FDA.gov. Wow. I don't think I ever used, when my kids were young, powdered formula.
Powdered,
We always got
really?
it right out of the can.
Right. Yeah.
Already
Oh,
mixed, ready
right.
to
Yeah,
go.
already mixed. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's for kids that are allergic to cow's milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
And now something else going wrong. Jeez. That is too bad. Back to Taylor Swift for a minute. 'Cause I just thought about this.
What are you pointing at me for when you say that?
Back to you, Ed, on Taylor Swift. Do you know that Al Michaels got in trouble?
Did he make a comment?
Yes, he did. And so this is how things work nowadays. Al Michaels, play-by-play guy for Sunday Night Football on television.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he made a comment about Taylor Swift and how, because he's in our, I consider him in our age group.
Yeah.
All right. And he just made a comment this a few weeks ago, and then he was just sick and tired of every game that's covered with the Chiefs is your mandatory shot of Taylor Swift in the luxury box.
Yeah.
And he goes, people are here, and I agree with him so much. People are here to see the football game. They're not here to see Taylor Swift. They didn't buy a ticket to see her. She's not performing. Why is this such a big thing? Well, things got ugly from here. The NFL hears this, but they're not happy. So they go to NBC and say, do something. And they did. They took him off the broadcast. He's not on. He's not doing any playoffs on NBC.
Really? Yeah. But they do go. But people do go now to see Taylor Swift.
Well,
my granddaughter was at the game at
specifically because she was there?
Well, they had tickets to the Patriots game, but but she said I saw Taylor Swift. I was there.
Well, not that they want people to go to the games. It comes down to ratings. more people are turning into Sunday Night Football.
Sure they are.
Because the Chiefs are on, because
Yeah.
they know they're going to see her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not your typical football fan tuning in. It's the younger
Sure it
younger
is.
people
Sure it is.
and younger girls
The girls, sure.
are tuning in to see her, and so their ratings are going
Yeah.
through the roof whenever you show a Chiefs game, knowing
Yeah.
that you're going to see Taylor Swift at some point.
Well, they
so
show-
we don't need NBC
No.
announcers saying what a lousy thing
Yeah.
this is when it's doing great for
It
us.
is. And the thing is, they do show more than one shot of her.
Of course.
They show her many times when she's
cheering, and
yeah,
then we've got to get a
cheering
capture of her being upset if something goes
oh,
wrong.
yes, right, exactly.
And so they do
yeah.
they do show her
They
a
do
lot.
show her a lot. And
So
it doesn't
so,
bother
um,
me.
Well,
I call it a
What?
Swifties team there, not the Chiefs.
Change
yeah.
it to the Kansas City Swifts.
Yeah.
Well, I make a point of, are the Chiefs playing? Yes, don't watch that game. And they're fighting for their playoff lives. They're,
Well,
they're
sure
not
they
they're
are.
not the great team they were
No, I know.
these past
they've
couple of
been-
years.
Yeah.
So they may get knocked off early in the playoffs, which
You
would be
think?
great.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, and all I could think of is they're distracted because she's up there. You know.
I don't think that's it.
No.
But well, we'll see. But yeah, don't look for Al Michaels on NBC, and because of his age,
Yeah.
I believe he's in his 80s, or late 70s. He might just be done.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't need this garbage anymore from you people. I was gonna take my money and leave.
Maybe you can get him here.
Oh yeah, Al, come on in. We'd
Yeah.
love to have you
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We won't kick you off. All right, we've run out of time, so thank you very much for listening in. Always appreciate it. Ed Crew, thanks for coming in.
Always a pleasure.
Happy New Year to you, and Linda Tebow, Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thanks for coming in. This is Joe Callahan. Have yourself a fantastic day, and stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do you remember at 9:30 here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. Rhode Island state lawmakers return to Providence today to open a new legislative session. The budget will be the main topic on the agenda as House and Senate members will need to make decisions with fewer federal COVID relief fund dollars to work with. Add to that, the 2024 is an election year, of course, which makes a little extra pressure there, and lawmakers are likely going to choose very carefully. Public transit, housing, firearms, and voter registration are also among the items that are expected to gain attention with the legislators in the new session. Hundreds of people took to the ocean off Narragansett on New Year's Day in support of Special Olympics Rhode Island. The Penguin Plunge is in its 48th year now, and the ice-cold dip into the ocean takes place at Rogers